The model that I'll show now is NamHaen. It was developed in NamHaen, north of Thailand. I launch Cormas and the NamHaen model. Scroll down, NamHaen, this one. Okay, you have to select generic NamHaen.st to open. Okay, I'll open the panel to control the simulation. I'll open visualization of the special grid. With the windows down here, resize it a little bit. That's it. Okay, now let me initialize the model. I'll show you a model which is a hybrid version. I select init generic autonomous and step no non-timber forest product rule, then apply and close. This is the initialization for the agents of the model. There are 15 farmers, 5 of each type. Type A with initial cash 6,000 baht and basic needs 19,000 bahts each year. Type B farmers with a little bit more initial cash 15,000 and a little bit more basic needs 22,000 baht. And the third type, type C, the more wealthy farmer, they have initially 60,000 baht and their basic needs are 38,000 baht. There is a possibility to tick any of these agents to play it, to decide instead of the computer. Let me tick B1 to show you the model. By ticking B1, you'll see that each round of simulation, I'll have to enter the decisions for B1. While for the 14 other agents of that model, there is an algorithm that will decide for their decisions. I just close the window now. You can select dialog level 1. Let me explain about the spatial grid now. In green, this is a forest. On the forest, there are some products in white arenga, in green other non-timber forest products like bamboo shoots, for instance. And in each column we have one farmer. B1 is in the first column, on the left side of the spatial grid. B1 farmer has initially 3 plots. And the first row here indicates the family size or the number of labor in the household, 3 for B1. And when you move to the right, you'll find the other agents. A1, 2 plots, 3 family members, and so on. The last one is B5, 3 plots, 3 labor in the household. This spatial grid has been designed to be very similar to the game board used during the role-playing game sessions. If you look to this picture, you'll see that we can find the exact configuration, very similar one, that was used at the game board during the role-playing game sessions. On this photo we can see an agent from the national park drawing the boundaries of the national park for one of the scenarios. In the computer model, what happened each round? I click on step. The first action is about allocation of the labor forces for each of the agents. If I click on OK, then for B1 that I control, I have to decide if I allocate the family labor force at the village or in the city to sell soy milk. There are several possibilities to allocate the family members. Let me try all working on farm. Okay, so if you look to B1, B1 is this agent, the 3 family members will stay in the village. I click on OK. This is the case. The 3 are still there. For some other agents, the computer has decided to allocate the family members. Like for C5, all the family members moved to the city and no one stayed in the village. Second types of decision to be made are related to the crops to be grown. For B1, B1 has 3 crops. For each of them, it has to decide fallow, lychee, or annual crop. For the first one, I pick annual crop. The color is yellow. For the second one, I also pick annual crop. And for the third one, let me pick lychee, which appear in red. Okay, for the 14 other agents or the farmers, the computer has decided either annual crop or lychee for all of them. Then we move to the decision about gathering products in the forest. And first, it's about arenga in white here. Farmers start to gather arenga in the forest. What about B1? Have to make his decision in the cells with some arenga products inside. Where to go? Let me go to cell number 31. I just enter the number and click OK. As you can see, 1 has been gathered. Let's do it again for second time. Same place, 31. Here. Click on OK. Again, 1 product has been collected. That's enough, maybe, for me now. I decide I went twice to the forest. If I leave it to 0, I click on OK, and then that's it. At the same time, each one after the other farmers also had the possibility to collect arenga product in the forest. And then it's time for non-timber forest product, like bamboo shoot. So the same algorithm. Where do you want to go? If you want to go, let B1 go to 46. Just enter the ID of the cell, 46 here. Click on OK. That's it. I got 1. My turn again to go. I go same place, 46. OK. Again. Now let's assume it's enough for B. Click on OK, and this is the end of the first round. Now the computer will calculate the regeneration of the forest products in between years 1 and 2. As you can see, the places where all the products have been collected, the regeneration just give 1 product, while in the places where more than or at least 1 product remained, the regeneration provided the maximum. This is a very simple rule for the regeneration of the resource that has been implemented in this very simple model. Now that's it. We have just run 1 step of simulation. I do a second one. Time again to allocate labor force. Okay. For B1, I have to decide. I have to input the decision. Now, what if I try to put all in town except 1? That's it. 2 went to town. Just 1 stayed in the village. All right. Decision has been made by the program, by the computer, for the 14 other farmers. And now time to decide for the crop. For B1, I have 1 lychee. I have to decide for the input. Low input for my lychee plant. Okay, and for lychee, it will remain lychee. Now it has been decided, but for the two other crops, I have to decide again. Annual crop, annual crop. Oh, I cannot do a second annual crop, so I leave it fallow. Okay. Now time to gather arenga the same way. Now time to gather bamboo shoots. That's it. Regeneration. This is the initial situation at the beginning of step 3. Now I stop this demonstration, and in another demonstration we'll explain about the different scenarios that were discussed with the participants of the workshop.